Well, good morning, everybody. If we take our chairs, please. My name is Larry Spiwak. I'm the president of the Phoenix Center. Sitting over there in the front of the class was my partner, Dr. George Ford, our chief economist. And we are welcoming you to part 2 of our annual symposium. Usually we don't do 2 parts, but this year with the WCIT and the elections, we just decided it's probably easier to split it into 2. So last month we held part 1 of our annual symposium, where we focused on implications of the election on broadband policy. It was an absolutely terrific event. We had Mike McCurry, Rich Galen, Commissioner Pai delivered a keynote address, said some very nice things about us. It was great. Video is available. You can check that through our website. And today is part 2. And what we're going to do today is a little more wonky stuff. And we're going to focus on emerging issues in broadband policy for 2013. And by the way things are shaping up, it looks like there will be no end to the issues to be covered. So, for those who like to participate in the online discussion, our Twitter handle is @LawandEconomics, and today's hashtag is PHXPolicy. What I'd like to do at the beginning of our symposiums is do a quick year in review. I'm not sure if it's Spectrum. So, I will have my manual assistant do this. I know for some of you who attended the part 1, I went through this, but it's really so amazing you'll enjoy it even more the second time. So what have we done this year? We have done a lot as always. We have authored 8 scholarly papers, wide variety of topics, IP theft, a lot of work in spectrum, usage-based pricing. As usual, they're all available up on our website. We are very proud to report that 6 of our papers were published and or accepted for publications in academic journals. People are obviously paying attention to our work, which is probably the most important part. George remains in the top 1% of authors downloaded on the Social Science Research Network, and I'm in the top 1.5%. We're very, very proud of that. We have been cited significantly by policymakers this year. We were cited at length in the big Universal Service Order. Commissioner McDowell cited us in front of the European Parliament. Our keynote speaker actually cited us in a speech to the Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, we appreciate that very much. Significant citations in the academic literature. And in fact, one of the things I did over Christmas break was I have discovered after reading Susan Crawford's book that I have actually been cited by name in the text. So take that. Numerous press hits. Actually did Chinese television, which was actually rather interesting. We were frequently asked to participate in other conferences, which is really nice. We appreciate that. I see John Stevenson. I did a presentation to ALEC this year. We did, George went out to Napa Valley, had some hardship to do with the California Foundation for Energy and Environment, did a conference out there. Did a panel of New America Foundation on special access and business competition. Did a thing for the FCBA, that was great. And we also did, I'm very proud to report, a policy rooftop policy roundtable. Now, what was this? It's about summer. Usually we like to do an event sometime in the middle of the year. And George and I were talking, we said, you know, if we go to another one of these conferences at the press club where everybody talks about the miracle of a broadband ecosystem, our head was going to explode. And what we decided, said, you know, let's bring back just a sense of fun, but a sense of serious discussion. And so what we did here was we had on the roof here at the University Club, we had, we talked policy, I think, the way the good Lord intended it. We went through about 4 boxes of cigars. We had Congressman Lee Terry come up and speak for about an hour and had an open discussion. Then we had a panel discussion among practitioners. And it was just an absolutely fantastic event because we just sat there, we talked about these issues and how to think about it. And I think that's really sort of missing in the debate these days, is just how do we want to think about that? But it was a tremendous amount of fun, and hopefully we can do that again this year. Next slide, please. We improved our digital presence. 2012, we received over 800,000 hits. We initiated @LawandEconomics, which is our official blog. We issued 44 blogs this year. Who knows there was that much to talk about? It received over 4,000 views. Twitter, we have, I can't believe this, but over 2,000 followers. So, what else did we do this year? We had George and Larry's excellent Peruvian broadband adventure. Under the auspices of USAID, we were hired to go down to talk to the Peruvian regulator about a bunch of topics. It was really, really an enjoyable experience. What we found is, once again, the issues confronting our regulators are very much universal. These issues are hard. We had special kudos. It was, one of those kind of setups where you've got the translator, and so special kudos to a translator, because not only were they able to translate a lot of complex legal and economic concepts into Spanish, but they were actually able to translate George's heavily accented English. So we appreciate that. Go ahead, hit the pictures. This is great. There's George in front of the hospital, and there's me with a llama. So, and by the way, and I'm proud to say, I ate a guinea pig. Okay, things we're most proud of. The musician's joke. What is the musician's joke? Early in the year, we did a paper on spectrum exhaust, and we took a lot of arrows for it. And what we talked about was that in the face of spectrum exhaust, it turns out that fewer firms, not more firms, is the best way to get lower prices and more innovation. It was a very radical departure at the time. And we were having a press conference at the time, and it suddenly hit me. Both George and I collect guitars, and we have a joke between us, which actually Dr. Duvall started, which is, how many guitars does a guitarist need? And the answer is, one more. I said, that's kind of what the FCC's attitude about networks is. No matter what we do, the FCC is looking for one more. And the great part was that ComDaily actually published in ComDaily musician's joke. How many guitars does a guitarist need? So for all the years I've been doing this, that was really terrific. But the thing that probably in all seriousness, the most thing we're probably most proud of was I received, my peers decided to bestow on me the FCBA's Distinguished Service Award. I got involved with the FCBA a couple years ago, and I'm co-chair of the Federal Communications Law Journal Committee of the FCBA. And the journal, if you've been following me, if you're an FCBA member, has really, it's not been very good for many years. It's got a lot of essays and sort of a flat earth society journal of just, let's have all views. And I got involved, and we got the journal moved from its previous home at Indiana University to its new home at the George Washington Law Center. There's actually a peer review process now. And so hopefully by doing that, we're going to bring more scholarship, more analytical rigor back to the journal, which is into the overall policy process. And I was deeply humbled the fact that, that my peers recognize that. So what have we got for today? We've got a great keynote address from Congressman Blackburn. We have our famous economist panel. We have a panel discussion, which I call a view from the trenches, and I'll explain to that when we get to that point. And then our Duvall Award ceremony with Commissioner McDowell. So